Hello everyone, this is Adarsh. As we all know that we had started a series called Word Par Medis approx 2 weeks back. It was quite long back. But the reason why I took a little time to make second part of that video series is because I wanted that video to be spread across YouTube so it could reach out to more and more people and I could get enough feedback from reasonable amount of people as to know whether or not people are liking that video. So far the video has garnered somewhere around 400 views, which is tremendous considering it was my first video. I was not expecting anything such amount in my first video itself. So thank you for that. And comments on that video were positive and encouraging. So I believe you're liking the series and everybody wanted me to continue the series, so here I am with the second part. In first part we have discussed the first three sessions of the book in which we have talked about personality types. In this part we'll be discussing the other three sessions, 4, 5, 6. In this the author has talked about doctors. We have a body and sometimes it does not work properly, so to make it work properly we have to visit a doctor. And if we are having a disease in our any body part, and if it is not that serious, then we can go and visit any common doctor and he will get it cured. But if the disease is serious, for example, if we I am having something so serious in my eyes, then I have to visit a doctor who specializes in eyes, right? So this is what we'll be talking about. So without any further ado, let's get started. First word is gynecologist. In my first video also, in my first part also, people who are new and have not seen the first part yet, I would recommend you to first watch the first part and then come and continue the series. Okay. Gynecologist, I have repeatedly said in the first part as well that this word GYN, it is related to women only. Okay. Yeah, it can be pronounced differently depending on its position. If it comes in the middle, then it will be pronounced gyn, and if it comes at the beginning, then it will be pronounced gyn. But in both cases, the word will be related to woman only. So gynecologist is someone who deals with the female troubles, who specializes in female troubles. Now, female troubles do not mean that if a woman is having a cold, then she will go visit a gynecologist. It is not such. Gynecologist specializes in sexual organ problems of a female. Okay, so if females are having problems or having some disease in their sexual organs, then they have to visit a gynecologist because gynecologist specializes in that. So I hope you got it. Second word is obstetrician. Obstetrician, again, this word is also related to woman, uh, indirectly a woman. Obstetrician, an obstetrician takes care of a mother in her pregnancy days. Obviously, it is a 9 month pregnancy, and a woman cannot take care of herself in these 9 months because she is not in a good condition to take care of herself. So she has to hire an obstetrician. Again, this word is not pronounced as obstetrician. A lot of people emphasize on t. It is not emphasized. You have to just say it in a very quick way. Obstetrician, obstetrician. Okay, having a baby. So if a woman is having a baby and in her pregnancy days she is not in a condition to take care of herself, then she hires an obstetrician. Obstetrician takes care of a woman in her pregnancy days. She also helps a woman deliver her baby, and immediately after she delivers a baby, she takes care of a child as well. Moving on to the next slide, pediatrician. This word pedo, this is related to child. Pedagogy is a course. Some of you might have heard about this course. Pedagogy, if you have written any teacher examination, like a teacher entrance examination, then this subject is asked. KVS exam, a lot of exams, this subject is asked in. So pedagogy is basically they check whether or not you understand children well. So pedo is related to children. So a person who deals with children problems, not children, he has not have to be 18 plus. A children means someone who is a newborn baby. Okay, newborn baby. Your baby got health issues. Like if a baby is having health issues, then a normal doctor cannot understand it. Because the problems that a baby will be having will be quite tender and soft, and it may be out of the range of a doctor's understanding because he hasn't studied that specific area of a children. So pediatrician studies babies problems. They deal with those gentle, tiny, and soft problems of a tender baby. Okay, so pediatrician is someone who deals with the health issues of a baby. Moving on to the next slide, dermatologist. This word derm, it is related to skin. So dermatologist is someone who deals with skin problems, who takes care of your skin, who takes and maintains the skin health of yours. Okay, so if you're worried about your skin, go visit your dermatologist. Now there are other words related to dermatologist as well, like dermatitis, and one more word was there. Yeah, pachyderm. Although we'll talk about it separately in this video only. So move on to the next slide. Ophthalmologist. Ophthalmologist. It's an interesting word, isn't it? Ophthalmologist is interesting not because of its huge spelling. It is because of its pronunciation. This word lo, it is a silent in its final pronunciation. Okay, so ophthalmologist, it is not ophthalmologist, not this lor, this l that comes in the middle, this one single l that comes in the middle, it is silent. It is not pronounced as ophthalmologist. I don't know. It is pronounced as ophthalmologist. Okay, ophthalmologist. So ophthalmologist, as it is written over here, eyes. Okay, ophthalmologist is specialized in eyes problems. Okay, like some people have what that disease is called. I forgot that disease's name, but yeah, there are, you have to excuse me on that because I'm not from a biological background. I'm not someone who has studied MBBS, so you have to bear my biological knowledge. If you are related to MBBS background or any doctor's background, then you have to excuse me because I will be making such terrible mistakes. I'm sure I'll be making because I don't have any idea about biology. So please excuse my biology knowledge. So, ophthalmologist is someone who deals with eyes problems of a man or woman. You have to understand one more thing. Just because I have discussed gynecologist, it does not mean that doctors are divided according to people's genders. No, doctors are not divided according to people's genders. They are divided according to the body parts. Okay, gynecologist, female trouble. I told you what did that mean? Sexual organ problems only, not any common problem that happens in a female body. So you got to understand that. You got to understand that doctors are not divided according to people's genders. Ophthalmologist is someone who deals with eyes problems. Moving on. Orthopedist. Not this word. Ortho in Greek means straighten. 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 So straight n. It is a verb. So straighten means to make something straight. Now bones. uh, how are your bones? Orthopedist deals with that. Okay, orthopedist takes care of the health of your bones, and it straightens him. Like how do I make you understand? I'm not able to make you understand what I'm trying to say. Give me a minute, maybe I will. As I told you, ortho means straighten something. So bones, sometimes they get cracked, and sometimes the structure of bones, the structure of your skeletal, it gets dispositioned. To make it come into position again, orthopedists are, you know they are designed to take care of it. Okay, I hope I made you understand this thing. Bones, sometimes they get cracked up, sometimes they get broken. So to get it fixed, orthopedist takes care of that. Moving on to the next slide. Cardiologist. This card word related to heart. So cardiologist is someone who takes care of the heart. Okay, he makes sure that you don't have any heart disease. Heart attacks freak you out. Everybody gets freaked out by heart attacks because 3 heart attacks means you're gone. So he's a very important doctor, I would say. Moving on to the next slide. Neurologist. uh, Neurology is basically the study of your nervous system and brain, and spinal cords. These things come under neurology. So neurologist, he basically, if you visit a neurologist, he will very patiently hear you, he will listen to you, and he will try and figure out by your words what problems you are having, and he will determine what can be done in order to get you cured, in order to get you fixed. So this is what a neurologist is. He has to be very patient because he deals with such freaks. Moving on to the next slide. Psychiatrist. Now psychiatrist, this word psychotic, you know what psychotic means? Psychotic, this words psyche, this word is related to our brain. Sometimes we kind of get disconnected from the reality. There are some people who are in depression, who have made their own reality. So for these kind of people, psychiatrists, uh, psychiatrists come into existence. Okay, so psychiatrist is someone who deals with strangest kind of problems, the weirdest problems that a man can have, man or a woman can have with her or his brain. Okay, so psychiatrists, like people who are depression, people who have lost the contact from the reality, these people go to psychiatrist. And again, he has to be patient as well. He has to study the course and he has to be patient because they are dealing with the people who are not normal. They are dealing with abnormal people, right? Now, as I told you that derm is related to skin. Pachyderm. Pachyderm is basically an animal with unusually thick skin. Unusually, like it's obnoxious, and sometimes you will get disgusted by the skin. By saying, oh, again, I'm not trying to kind of, I'm not trying to say that they're ugly. Again, it depends on the person. Some people like hippopotamus, some people do not like. Some people like elephant, and some people do not like. So pachyderm is not someone, an animal with thick skin, unusually thick skin. It's very thick, it's very thick. As I told you, derm is related to skin. Dermatitis is basically any skin problem. Any skin problem. It can be skin irritation, skin infection, acne, inflammation in skins, psoriasis. So any skin disease comes under this category, dermatitis. Moving on to the next slide. Optometrist, as we have discussed now, ophthalmologist. So there's a difference between ophthalmologist and optometrist and optician. So ophthalmologist is a specialist. He sees a person, he observes what the person is having with him eyes. An optometrist measures vision. He simply measures vision and he recommends you, okay, this is the power you should be having in your spectacles, right? So he's an optometrist. He doesn't he is not specialized in your eye problems. He will simply get your eyes checked through measurement weapons, not weapons, equipments. And he will recommend you something that, you should wear these spectacles, you should wear these things. So he's an optometrist. So do not relate ophthalmologist and optometrist. Ophthalmologist is a doctor. He's specialized in eyes problems. On the other hand, optometrist is someone who only measures vision and who only recommends you that this is something you should wear in order to fix your eye issues. Okay. Optician is somehow like it is likely to be related to optometrist only, like his work and his work, they are kind of same. But he also makes contact lenses. He gets your vision measured and he recommends you that this is something you should wear. Optician makes contact glasses and he can also recommend you what to wear. Okay. Geriatrician, getting older, visit a geriatrician. So we have talked about pedagogy, right? Pedagogy. So not pedagogy, yeah, pedagogy is a course, but we have talked about pediatrician who deals with children problems. So geriatrician is just opposite of it. Geriatrician, if you're getting older and if you're worried that nobody can understand you, nobody can actually recognize what disease you're having, then you're wrong, because there are specific doctors who take care of this in our society. So geriatrician are doctors who deal with elder people's diseases. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Pedagogues and demagogue. Pedagogue, I told you this PED, this is related to children. So pedagogue is basically a teacher. When this word, like in ancient times, not too long back, I don't know how many years back, it was a normal word, but over time the definition of this word has deteriorated means has worsened. Okay, the definition of this word pedagogue has worsened. uh, Now it has become a teacher who is narrow minded, who is orthodox, and who's very strict, and who is very compliance of the rules. Compliance means who follows the rules very diligently. He's just mad. He's very conscious about the rules. For him, you have to follow the rules, otherwise he would beat the heck out of you. Like he's very strict. So pedagogue is an orthodox teacher, narrow-minded, a typical strict teacher who everybody hates. Uh, so any teacher that you so the trick to learn this word is that any teacher that you hate, any teacher who is very strict, who has been very strict to you and who always punishes you for no reason, and who is very compliance of the rules, who follows the rules very strictly. So these kind of teachers, narrow minded, and who everybody hates, basically who everybody hates. So the trick to remember this word is, imagine a teacher in your mind who you hated your own entire life, and call him a pedagogue, and you will be able to remember that. Demagogue, you can imagine a very bad teacher who has troubled you your entire life, and you can name him as a pedagogue. Demagogue, on the other hand, democracy, democracy, it is related to politicians and all. So demo is related to politicians and all, politics. Okay, so demagogue is someone who is an opportunist, who exploits the people's emotions, who exploits people's situations, circumstances, who lies to people that if you vote me, if you elect me as a in power, I will do that for you. And then he forgets all these, and he only furthers his own political ambitions. He forgets about all the promises that he made. So demagogue is a pathological opportunist. He will exploit any situation in order to further himself, in order to make himself grow, and he doesn't care about anybody else. He's So again, the trick to remember this, I won't take any name, because it can get me into trouble. It can hurt people's sentiments. I don't want to do that. So you yourself can imagine a politician's name. I won't take any name. You can picture someone who's a politician and who you hate, and name him as a demagogue. Okay, so this is the trick to remember all these words. So this is it for the day. And people who are new to this channel, please subscribe to this channel, and do not forget to ring the bell icon, because that's the only way I'm told that you'll be getting videos and notifications. And one more thing, please comment, even if it is positive or negative, if you want to be abused or whatever. But please comment, because this is the way I get the feedback. If you don't comment, how would I know that the video I made helped you, or kind of only wasted your time? Okay, so please do that, please comment. And thank you for watching it. If you have stayed for so long, thank you very much.